Hello and welcome to the Penny Loafer Bomb Squad. Lucas here again, trying out another new game. This one is Transport Fever, the sequel to Train Fever. I never played that one, but I guess it's kind of right. It's kind of like Transport Fever here is a transport management game that's been recently released. And it's kind of like Transport Tycoon, like OpenTTD. And the only thing I've noticed so far, I've played a little while. I think I got a few hours into it. The first thing I noticed is there is no competitors, so that's a little weird. I hope they change that. I'd like to have some AI to face against, or maybe even just regular multiplayer. But I started a new game here in the American style. I do have one mod, and this one's called Industry Tycoon. It allows you to place different kind of plants and whatnot. There is some cheater type things, I think they are anyway. Like you can place a quarry wherever you feel like. I don't know how I feel about that, like an iron ore mine. Since there is no resources anywhere, you can just place this wherever, and I don't know, it seems a little cheaty to me. But I can build like a food processing plant wherever I want, and I might use that. Just because to me it makes a little bit of sense. Kind of like Railroad Tycoon, where you could buy out businesses and make even more money. So I might use those to my advantage. But I don't think this is a pretty early mod. I don't think this actually makes money for you. So its only benefit is to help keep the line going where you want it. But anyway, I am in 1850. It's the fall of 1850, and I am going to start with a couple little bus lines and a passenger train, I think. I haven't really had a good look at the different resources that are around me. There's quite a few of them. But I'm just going to start with a passenger line because that's what I have found is the easiest to get going with money. And I want to avoid rivers right now anyway. This might be a good spot, but I'm not too sure because the next closest city is across that river or around this mountain. Shoot. You know, I like this spot. Because I can go from Droitwich to Middleham and link all those up. I think that'd be pretty nice. So, there isn't too much of an incline there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Normanton and Middleham to start out with. So anyway, I am going to start with a bus route in each city to get those going. Get some passengers moving about. And well, I already know I'm going to probably do my rail depot right here, so I'm going to do a road too right away. There we go. That'll work out nice. I'll put the train station there, keep it out of town a little bit. And we're going to use our overlays here to kind of see where everything's spread out. Oh. I'm going to try to keep them all on the same side of the road so it makes one nice loop. Place another one there and right here. Probably a little overkill, but it'll work out over time. And yeah, I'll do something like that. And I already forgot the name of this town. That's what sucks. Like when you do something like this, it closes out the town name, so you literally have to shut this out. Okay, it's Middleham. So I'll get back in here and rename this. I like to name my lines just because it's way easier to take to remember what lines are what when you start getting a lot of them going. I'll just name this one Middleham Bus. I'll get a little depot going here. And it really doesn't matter where you place these things. Oops. Buy some horse carriages. I'll start with 3. And then I'll upgrade as I need. By the time I actually need the upgrade or add more to the route, there'll probably be a more efficient carriage that I can use, so really not too worried about it. Shoot. And you'll have to excuse the lag here and there. The game isn't the most refined that I've noticed. Every time it goes to save, the thing just freezes up for a moment. Okay, this is Normanton. Gotta remember that. Normanton bus. Yeah, I mean it's a calm game. I mean, since there's no competitors or anything, you just kind of go at your own pace. And once you kind of get the swing of it, it's really not that hard of a game. You get to this point, for me anyway, right around the mid-1800s. Well, that's where I'm starting. Early 1900s. That's when the game is... Oh, wrong depot. The game gets really easy at that point because I got so much money flowing in that I can just kind of experiment and kind of do what I want. I mean, honestly, you could probably just let the game idle forever and still do fine. But I kind of like the early setups and some of the... I mean, I haven't gone past, I think, like 1940 in my previous game. But it's kind of... With the updates that come out in technology, it keeps it kind of fresh. You can get new trains and you make them longer, and then you can get planes and stuff like that. So it keeps you kind of interested in it, and you keep toying around. And then the last game I was playing too, I was trying to force myself to try different trains and different vehicles, because you kind of... I already noticed that I'm probably going to get stuck in like a set path that I always stick with trains and buses and planes, where some of them really aren't worth it. Like, why would I buy that when this works just fine? So I'm going to try to stay away from that as much as possible to kind of keep it fresh. And I think I'm going to place this right here. Add a little road. Oops. I hate that with this. When you zoom in with the middle mouse, it jumps so far. Luckily I got Z and X here and I can move it in smaller intervals. But yeah, it just, ugh. Annoys me to no end. I'm gonna adjust the road height here. That's another thing too. You gotta do these in small sections, the track, or else it charges you so much. You do something like this, and you can see it's trying to force it to level out. Nah, we don't want that. No, that was 100K for that length. I bet I can get it a third of the price. There's 15. I'm halfway there already. And then... Oh, I can get that cheaper than that. $26. Yeah, it's just worth playing around. I mean, I didn't even spend half the money and I went just the same amount of distance. Oh, I probably set up a station over here before I get too crazy. And then... And I'll do something like this. And then I'll have the road kinda converge on it. I think that'll work out pretty good. Yeah, something like that. Boom. Then I'll have to add bus depots nearby to get the most use out of these stations. With this game, every person has their own set paths for work and leisure and whatnot. And they won't use your train system if they don't have a quick route to get to it. So buses are absolutely necessary in getting these to work. Otherwise, nobody's going to go on your trains because they can't get to them. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Now, I like the graphics of this game, honestly. Like, the ground looks pretty good close up. The tracks are nice and detailed. You can actually see that the track's elevated off of the boards. And I just love that. It's not just a texture. The buildings themselves and whatnot, not the greatest, but it'll do. Okay, so I need to get a train on this line. Hold on. Let's get a bus station over here. Right there. I'll add one over here too. Should have thought that through earlier. There. That'll work, and then I'll add those to the lines. What's nice is you can just... Oh, started making some money. Nice. Okay, anyway, so this is yellow line. And then that stop 1 and stop 2 is right there, so I'll just click on that first stop, and then I can add a station right in the middle, just like that. Love how well that works. Another thing, too, is if you delete a station, like this. Oh, I should probably slow this down. And then if you go to your bus stations, and let's say you put it on the other side of the road, if you look, it now made that route too. When you delete it, it gives you that little time buffer. See right there? And that's the set amount of time you have to get that other station in there to take its place. I love that feature. So if you accidentally place one on the wrong side of the road, you can switch it without having to redo your whole line. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I'm going to want to go between 2 and 3 to get the route working as effectively as possible. Boom. That'll work out pretty good. And as these roads fill in, I'll close the gaps and make it more of a circle or whatever I need to do. Okay, so with that done, you know, these are cheap enough. I am going to place my rail depot over here. Yeah, they're only 20k depending on elevation. I usually skip a couple towns or try to keep them in a centralized location, but they're so darn cheap. And once you get rolling, it really doesn't matter. You can place those things everywhere. Alright, so I'll get one of these, and then I'm just going to do 2 cars for now, and then I'm going to set them to this line. Middleham to Manor Road. Sure. And there goes. I'm just starting with 2 cars for now, just because passenger cars are really expensive. Yeah, almost 300k just for 1 car. Well, rail cars in general are expensive. And the train itself is 172k. I mean, I could easily blow all my money just on rail cars. Let's see what I got here. Oh, shoot. I think Manor Road is actually a bus stop. So let's get this thing down here. Remove that. Thought it was a little weird. I don't know why it lets you do that. There you go. And we'll rename this line. Middleham to Normanton. Hopefully it fits. Yep. There. That'll help keep us on track on that. Once I start adding more lines. There she goes. I mean, she isn't the quickest train, mean, it's the first one you get, so it's not that great. But as soon as I can upgrade it, and if I'm having enough income from the train, I'll replace it. Yeah, I really like the rail models. I mean, the guy looks a little goofy in there, but the train itself, I mean, look at it. For the type of game this is, that is a very nice quality model textures. And the rail cars look pretty good. Yeah, and then as people are sitting in these too, you'll actually see them in there, so that's another nice touch. I'm sure with mods, they'll just only get better. But yeah, by far my favorite is the trains and the rolling stock in this game. I wonder if I'm making any money on these routes yet. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, the Middleham bus has already made 2K, so that's nice. And then that actually that actually figures in your running costs as well. So I usually don't like looking at this screen, other than to see what my construction costs were for the year. See if I should probably slow down a little bit. But yeah, I go to the routes line and I look at this. After a while, I don't even look at the road ones anymore. I just go straight to railroad and I just make sure those are in check. Because the railroad lines are the ones that are gonna rob you of your income if they go unchecked. They'll put you bankrupt pretty quickly. Yeah, little train just chugging along. Looking pretty good. Let's see, what else do I got going? Looks like I got a little lumber mill up there, so that's nice. So, it might be worth building a lumber yard. Let's see here, sawmill. You know, be worth building one of these, maybe somewhere near town. I know it's kind of cheating, but I am technically paying for it, and it was $500,000. It's kind of expensive, and I don't make any money. Okay, down here it's way cheaper, but anyway, I don't make any money on it. It's just purely for the routes. So I'll probably end up doing that. Because honestly, where is the nearest lumber mill? I bet it's so far away. That's not a lumber mill. Oh, right here. That's the closest lumber mill. I am not running a train all the way over that just to work that lumber when I can just build one. I really feel like that should be a feature in the game. Or, I don't know, maybe if you transport these goods to a town that doesn't have a need for them, maybe they'll build a lumber mill in town to accommodate those goods coming in. I don't know. It seems really silly. And just to get, I mean, yeah, you're still probably going to make quite a bit of money once you start getting the faster locomotives. But that's still a long route for wood. I mean, that spot right there is totally useless. You'd be better off using this one. And then you still have to transport it all the way over there. Granted, it's close to that town, but I don't know. Just the way the algorithm works for its placement of things, it's silly. I liked how it was in Railroad Tycoon 2, where, you know, if you had a lot of lumber mills, or a lot of if you had a lot of lumber spawns nearby, there'd probably be lumber mills in the towns nearby. It just made sense. Same with cotton and clothing companies and stuff like that. But yeah, I got some passengers waiting. For every figurine you see, it's almost 10. And then once it gets over 10, then it'll bump up to another spot. So it gives you a quick reference. So I can assume that there's probably close to 40 people waiting. Yeah, 32. And I am making money. Money, money, money. We can look at the finances specifically here. You can see last year, that's about what my normal operating cost is going to be every year with this train. And I've almost beat that with my income. So I could assume once that train actually fills up constantly, I'm going to make money on this route every time. Now these little carriages, they don't hold a lot. I think they hold 4. Yeah, 4 people. I got 20 people standing in line. So for this town, Middleham here, I'm going to buy a couple more road vehicles. Get them going. And that should take care of that. I don't want people standing around for too long because they'll get uninterested and leave. I don't want that. I want that money. Alright. Let's see how many people this picks up. That's such a slow train. I love starting over, but at the same time I hate it. Granted, I could have started a later year, but it just goes forever. And that should fill up. I think there's 28 people. Yep, it should be full. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, I'm just killing it right now. This train will make it back by the end of the year, and it's still within this square here, so I should be making 3-4 times the amount that it costs to run the train. Got a bunch of people hanging out. Look at these guys. Look at these guys. Just a bunch of zombies just staring. I think they're looking up at me, too. Look at that. They're just kind of staring up at the sun, maybe. I don't know what the heck's going on. Yeah, anyway. You know, I think I'm going to end it here. I'm starting to turn a profit, so that's cool. I think all my lines are, well, except for Normanton, because they're assholes. But no, on the real, though, that should turn over, and I should start making money on that. Not a lot, but any line that makes money is better than nothing. And I need them, so awesome if they make money. But yeah, the train is the true hero here. 135k already, so that's pretty cool. And then it's probably going to make another 100k when it drops that line off. You know, I'll speed it up. We'll see what happens. I think it's my first full train, so it's kind of exciting. It's 10k a month running. Probably takes about 6 months to get across, I guess. Or 3 months. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to be doing a small series on this. Maybe even a long series, who knows. We'll probably be doing some editing, because I'm not going to buy another train for a while until this income starts going up. So, ooh, you know, I might have to add a couple more cars. So, yeah, that's what I'll do next episode. I'll add a couple more cars to this train. And I will look into the possibility of adding Featherstone to my line. I think that'd be the next logical route for that train. Next cheap route. So that'd be pretty cool. And I will probably also... Oh, I didn't look at the train. How much did it make? Let's see here. Oh, damn. Yeah, it made another 100k easy. But anyway, I'll probably also look into adding lumber to my line here. And I'll probably use trucks for that. Just because it's a little steep for a train. And it's a pretty short distance. And I'm probably going to use this mod and add a lumber mill. Because I can. So anyway, thank you for watching. Tune in next time for the continuation of Transport Fever. And thank you for watching.